Hello everyone, how are you doing? Today we look at my revised travel palette. It's a palette for landscapes and birds paintings, which means it is more muted. I have some few mixing colors that are more bright, like yellows, like reds, and some of the blues, and maybe one or two greens. The other colors are more muted. For some of you, there are too many earth yellows, like here, or too many darks, or too many reddish browns, but for me they are important. They have different textures and they mix differently with other colors. So let's start swatching these colors. The brush I will be using is a Skoda Reserva, I think it's called, number 4 round brush. It's a travel brush. So the first color will be lemon yellow. It's a staple yellow in my palette. I usually don't use more mid-tone yellows, but lemon yellows I like. And it's a beautiful, crisp, light, cool yellow. Next color we look at is quinacridone gold. Another staple, it will be my warm and one of the earth yellows. It's quite bright, so that's why it's not with the earth yellows here in this palette. And yeah, I love it. Next is a pastel color from Van Gogh. It's called Naples Yellow Red. It reminds me a bit a color that I wanted but I don't have, and I will not buy, I hope, which is the tint from Roman Schmoll. I mean, that is a really beautiful color, but I decided not to buy it. So the first three colors, lemon yellow is PY175, quinacridone gold PY150, PO48. If I don't say the brand name, it means that it's a Daniel Smith color. I have just 3 or 4 colors here that are from other brands. And Naples Yellow Red is one of them. It's Naples Yellow Red is PY42, PY43. PO43, I'm sorry. Next is Daniel Smith Quinacridone Sienna. It's an earthy orange, but it's brighter than quinacridone burnt orange. And it's a color that I love for mixing also. It is made from PR209, PY150 and PO48. The brush wasn't very clean. Next color is a Pivot Scarlet, which is my mixing warm red. A beautiful strong red. It's made from PR 255. Next color is a quinacridone red. It's made from PV19. I prefer this one on than quinacridone rose, which is the same pigment, because this one is more reddish or coralish and less pinkish, and it's stronger. It makes stronger mixes. It's less cool than quinacridone rose. Next is Rembrandt's permanent red violet. It's made from PV19. It's something between a queen magenta and a queen violet. And it's a color that I love. Next is Schminka's French Ultramarine. Before I had the Daniel Smith French Ultramarine here, but I decided on the Schminka because it's more purplish and very granulating, I think even more than the Daniel Smith one. And I decided to put also Rembrandt Cobalt Blue that we'll see in a second, and felt that the difference between these two colors is strong enough with the Schminka French Ultramarine. You can see right now already how granulating this color is. Next color is Daniel Smith Lapis Lazuli. Again, a color that I really love. It's very delicate, and I use it for sky and for waters of lakes. Very beautiful color. Next is Rembrandt Cobalt Blue PB28. It's one of the best cobalt blues that I have, that I know. Well, I have just I think something from 3 brands. She's Daniel Smith, Rembrandt, and Roman Schmoll. But I think with Roman Schmoll I don't have the PB28. I just have the PB. It's another cobalt blue. I don't remember which of them. And this one is really amazing. It's very granulating, and I love it a lot. Next is a Fatal Blue Red Shade. It's very good for mixing, especially with some ochres and raw sienna to create natural browns. Not natural browns, natural greens. It's PB15 column 6. Next is Phthalo green, sorry, blue green shade. It's a very strong color. But yeah, I love it a lot. Especially love to mix it with earthstones and with oranges. Next color will be aqua green from Winsor & Newton. I wasn't sure if to put this color or Phthalo turquoise from Daniel Smith. This color is deeper, and the Phthalo turquoise of PB, I think it was PB 15 maybe, and PG 36 if I'm not mistaken. It was too bright for me, and this one makes amazing. Next color will be Lunar Blue, which is another color that I love. It's made from PB 15 and PBK 11. Next color is a Cobalt Turquoise PB 36 from Daniel Smith. I love mixing greens with burnt oranges with this color, and to create beautiful interesting mixes with burnt umber and raw umber. Next is Phthalo green blue shade PG 7. Great mixing color. Great in mixes with raw umber, burnt umber, with burnt oranges, Van Dyke brown, and so on. Next is a specialty color from Daniel Smith, a Cascade Green. It's made from PB15 and PBR7. The PBR7, it's raw sienna. And it has some color separation. It's very, very amazing. Next color will be Daniel Smith Perylene Green. Well, actually, I'm not sure. It could be also the Schminke Perylene Green. It's PBK 31. And it's a beautiful dark green. Almost black. Next is Daniel Smith Rare Green Earth PG 23. It's a beautiful green earth, very, very granulating. And I love it on its own and also as a mixing color. Next is Daniel Smith Jaded Genuine, a Primatech. Another interesting green. It's also very granulating and color separating. Next is Green Appetite Genuine. It's another Primatech. It's something between sap green and moss green. I was debating if to put sap green or this color, but decided that this one is more versatile. Next is Zomicin Yellow from Rembrandt. PY 129. I like this color for mixing greens and oranges, and it creates beautiful sap greens and leafy greens also, and it's beautiful. Next is Undersea Green, PB29, PY150 and PO48. Another staple. So if I mix this one with rare green earth and this Azomycin green, it creates a really natural olive green. And I use it also for trees and foliage and things like that. Next color will be Zoisite Genuine, another Primatech from Daniel Smith. It's a color that I love. I don't have a lot of it left. It's series 4, so it's hard for me to buy because it's so expensive. But it's a beautiful color and very natural. It is kind of a matte color, like for example, if you look at Zomicin Yellow, it's very luminous, but this one is very grayish, very matte, and with huge soft granulation, and I really love it. Next color will be German Greenish Raw Amber from Daniel Smith. Before I had in this palette the Greenish Raw Amber from Rembrandt that I really love, but I don't know, I felt that I wanted this one. I don't know why. It's very granulating, very beautiful, and very muted. Next is Daniel Smith Raw Amber PBR7. Both of these raw ambers are PBR7. Next one is Daniel Smith Buff Titanium, a wonderful mixing color. I was debating if to put lavender in this palette, but then I remember that I have Buff Titanium, and I can mix the French ultramarine or the cobalt blue with this color to create some kind of lavender. And the same thought was with teal blue to mix Phthalo green with this color. And also gray titanium to mix. I can mix lunar black with buff titanium. Next is another color that I love, burgundy yellow ochre. It's a color that I really love to mix greens with it. I love to mix it with this color, the Winsor & Newton Aqua Blue. It creates really soft, deep, interesting greens with it. Next is Daniel Smith Monte Amiata Natural Sienna, which is PBR7, and Burgundy Yellow Ochre is PY43. So this one is more punchy with higher tinting strengths, but it doesn't create the beautiful mixes that I love with the burgundy yellow ochre. Next color I put instead of the raw sienna, its name is French ochre. It's very delicate. It's yellow brownish ochre. It granulates beautifully. And I decided to put it because I saw that in bird paintings I need very delicate colors sometimes. And I remember that it was good for me in one of the birds painting. When I had one of the first versions of this palette, the French ochre was in it. So I decided to bring it back. Next color is Goethite Brown Ochre from Daniel Smith. Again, I forgot to say that the French ochre is PY43, and also the Goethite is PY43. Next color is Daniel Smith Yavapai Genuine. It's a color that I wasn't sure about till I did some birds paintings. And then I saw how important this color. I use it a lot in birds paintings because it's very soft, but also granulates, and it's very delicate. It doesn't have huge tinting strengths. Next is Daniel Smith Burnt Umber, PBR7, color that I use a lot. Again, a staple. I know that some people prefer the brown iron oxide, but I really love this color, really prefer it. Next is enviro-friendly brown iron oxide PBR6. It's a color that is very close in hue to hematite burnt scarlet, which I love. So you can use either this color or the hematite burnt scarlet. I think the hematite burnt scarlet granulates a bit more. This one also has some color separation. Really amazing color. It can be very dark, but also very light or soft. It's really amazing color. Actually, Shinhan has them in the poster paint this color, this kind of PBR6, and if you have that color, it's their burnt umber, then you can try to paint with small amount of color and see if it works for you as a watercolor. I wasn't sure if to put this color or the enviro-friendly yellow iron oxide, which is very close in hue, but decided on this one that I love a lot. Sorry. Next color is Daniel Smith Sedona Genuine, another Primatech. And yeah, I love this color. I use it quite a lot. It's also a bit delicate and it's soft, but also it granulates. And yeah, I love it. Amazing color. Next is Quinacridone Burnt Orange PO 48. It's a color that is discontinued, but Daniel Smith has a bit of it for a while, for more time. So if you feel that you like it, now it's the time to buy it. I also have an extra tube, I think. It's a beautiful burnt orange, and yeah, I love it. Next is Quinacridone Burnt Scarlet. One moment. It's a PR206. It is said that this color also will be discontinued, which is a shame. There is another color that is close to it, but a bit more reddish, that I like. Its name is Deep Scarlet PR175. But it's a bit more opaque. It's not opaque, but a bit more opaque than this one. And a bit more reddish. Next is Daniel Smith, Burnt Sienna. It's an amazing burnt sienna. I think it's the one that is called burnt sienna that I love the most. It has some pinkish undertone, and it's a PBR 7. Sorry, see that I'm on the end. And it's a beautiful color. I hope I wasn't too off camera. We'll see it in a minute. Next is Minnesota Pipestone from Daniel Smith. Another delicate color that I like. And again, it's very good for birds painting and so on, because it's so delicate. Next is Daniel Smith Venetian Red PR101. It's an amazing color. It's soft and it can be opaque. And it has a beautiful granulation, and I like it a lot with cobalt blue and also with phthalo blue green shade to create a dark. Next is Daniel Smith Lunar Red Rock PR101. It's a color that it took me a while to fall in love with. I don't know why. But now I really love it. Next is Schminka's Potter's Pink. Again, a delicate color. Really love mixing it with buff titanium, and also mixing it with try to remember its name, with lapis lazuli. Beautiful, beautiful color. Next is Hematite Violet Genuine. which is a black with a peach undertone, but it is low tinting, so you kind of see the huge black granulation and a lot of peach undertone. Next is Van Dyke Brown. I was debating if to put this one or sepia, and decided on this one. It's not reddish, it's more cool than the sepia, and it's less granulating, for example, than bloodstone, so I thought it will be good, and it's quite dark. So yeah, it's a very useful color for me. Next is Daniel Smith Bloodstone Genuine, which is, I forgot to put water first, so one moment. It's a more violetty, has a violetty tint to this dark gray or muted black, you can say so. And I love it. Very useful color for me. Very useful dark, and also very useful mixing color with huge granulation. Next is Jane's Gray. I saw that I needed a less granulating muted dark blue, and it's kind of a purplish blue, very soft, very muted, and I use it for sky or backgrounds, sometimes for trees in a foggy place. Very beautiful color. Next is Sodalite Genuine, which is a bit darker, a bit more bluish, and much more granulating. Let's say less soft color. And yeah, it's a color that I use a lot for mixing and also for moody skies. And it's closing you maybe to Indent One Blue, but it is darker and has huge granulation, which I prefer, of course. Next is Schminka's Pants Gray Bluish. It is made from PB15 column 6, PB15 column 2, and PBK 6. It creates beautiful sky and beautiful watermarks. It's one of the more bluish paints gray, and it's kind of soft, and I love it. Forgot to mention that Jane's Gray is made from PB29 and PBR7 Burnt Sienna. Last color but not least is Lunar Black. It's a very granulating black, great for mixing, and it's PBK 11. So let's wait for them to dry and then we'll look at them. So the colors are almost dry. They're very beautiful. I really love this palette. It's very harmonious, it's very muted, and the colors go hand in hand with each other. I think I will create soon a mixing video with this palette. I wanted to feature the mixes that I love the most from this one, especially the aqua blue, aqua green, and the burgundy yellow ochre, and there are other colors that I really love to mix together. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful time and happy painting. Bye.